morning. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. I see you're all getting popped in, connected to audio. I know we're having quite a few people join us this morning, so we'll have people popping in as the morning comes along. But we're super excited to invite you to our brow and contour workshop today. As you're joining, I want to invite you to put some of your info in the chat. Like if you're a beauty consultant, let us know. If you are a guest, a special guest who is joining us today, put who invited you in the chat. If you're on your phone, it will just say more, and then you can click chat and you can comment in there. We just want to encourage you to comment today. I'm going to be interacting with you, doing certain things on half of my face, the other half of my face, see what you guys like better, colors you like better. And this is going to be recorded with just my face in Spotlight. So that way, if you need to go back and you need to have those tools or to go back to a spot to rewatch and practice in your bathroom, you will have all of that. So again, as you're just joining in there, put who invited you in the chat. If you are a guest, put if you're a consultant in there, that'll help us keep difference of as you comment in there. We're going to have a wheel up to make sure you're getting in we're giving away 2 kits today. We are giving away a free contour kit and a free brow kit. Okay, so this is really fun, a really big prize. We're going to give one away to separately to 2 special guests. So all of your chats and everything in there help you even get more. So that's super fun. Yes. Hi, Bella. Welcome. Good morning, Mindy. Love it. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to be going through this face routine, connecting with you guys in the chat. Let me go ahead and spotlight myself just for the recording part. Perfect. And in between the pieces that we're going to be doing today, we also wanted to give you some value, or what are some of the top 5 tips to make a really great first impression. You know, sometimes it's not always just about our makeup, but the inside, the outside, to give you the confidence. Hi, Connie. Yes, Jessica's mom is on. Welcome, welcome, Elizabeth, guest of Melissa Snyder. Welcome, everybody. And like, put in the chat, where are you from? We have people from California to East Coast here right now. We want to know where you're from. So drop the state in that you're visiting from, or city. That's always fun to kind of see how far we span over this morning. So yes, so we're going to be doing 3 main focuses on the tutorial that I'm showing you today. If you want to grab a piece of paper so that way you can keep track of things that you love or items that you're like, ooh, I really like that, or I want to see that in different colors. You can even drop it in the chat. We'll save the chat too. So if there's things that you're like, I want to pay attention to that, we can kind of be the note taker there. But we're going to have 3 sections. We're going to be doing a flawless face, because we have to have a flawless face before we do our brow and our contour. Okay. So we're going to be showing some foundation tips. We're going to be showing our new brow kits, and we're going to be showing how to get that skin glow with the contour for going into that spring season. So it'll be super, super fun. All right. So let's dive in. And yes, we have El Centro, California. I know, Mindy, I saw your husband's face on the thing in there when you popped in, and I was like, that's not Mindy. Palm Desert, Chris Shippey, love it. Okay, I'm going to put these little things in here just to kind of keep my hair out of the way. And that way we can kind of just jump in and get started here. And I have some fun tricks for some foundation pieces. I don't want to make it negative, but has anyone been dealing with the crazy cold that's been going around, AKA or flu? The reason I ask is if you have been getting dry in your face, maybe your nose is just so raw. We're going to have something to talk about today with our foundation to help some of those pieces. Oceanside. Okay, we're a lot of California people today. You guys are up early with me. I love it. Well, I already washed my face. I already have my moisturizer on and my serums, but what we're going to do first is go in with our foundation primer. This has an SPF 15 in it. It has a silicone base. It's super silky, and I always tell people, if you're going to put your foundation on, you might as well keep it on all day long. And so we are going to go ahead and put that all over so that way it's filling in those pores and really helping that foundation to stay out of the wisdom lines. Okay, so we just put that all on. Then we're going to show you some under eye corrector real fast. I'm going to do things sometimes today on just half the face so you can see the difference. This is a peachy undertone. It is meant to correct just the dark circles under the eyes. I like to focus it in on the inner corner and the outer corner. You could use one of our concealer brushes to blend it out. For ease right now, I'm just going to use our liquid foundation brush, which I love because it's angled and it can get in here. It's super creamy, and I'm just kind of patting it out and blending it onto my eyelid. And I just want you to notice this instant darkness. See how it gets a little bit, my light is a little funny right now because of the morning light coming in. Let me just move that a teeny bit. But it just instantly lifts, instantly kind of helps take away those dark circles. So under eye corrector is going to be perfect for that. If we're looking for more coverage, trying to see, it was having some little hormonal pieces here. That would be your concealer. So this would be more true to skin tone, comes in 6 different shades. This is our deep ivory that I'm using right now. This goes from light ivory to deep bronze. And so that's going to do more coverage. So this is correcting, this is coverage right in here. Okay. So again, I'm going to just do this to half my face today, which feels kind of funny, but I don't have appointments after this because I normally would do totally this eye. But that way we can also just see the difference too under foundation, so you can really see the full look. Okay, so going back to, we're in the winter, we have the heater on. We might be in that cold season where our face is a little bit more dry than normal. I want to bring up, you're like, what does this have to do with foundation? But there's a cool trick we can use this with. So if you have never tried it, we have a nourishing oil. This is 100% natural. It smells delicious, like a vanilla cookie. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's got sesame seed oil, almond oil, squalene, all kinds of things in it to hydrate. It quickly absorbs into the skin. I use it directly on my face in my moisturizer. Before my moisturizer, I use this on my child's face. I just had a friend come over who a baby infant had baby acne all over. Face was so inflamed, red, angry. Used it on the baby for a week. Immediately cleared it up, redness gone, acne gone. I've used it on cradle cap, use it on your cuticles, use it in your hair, your elbows. I mean, I don't even know. This is like my big fat Greek wedding. It's the Windex that fixes all problems. So how are we going to use this today? We're going to put a drop in our foundation. So if you feel like your skin is lacking a little bit of glow, a little bit of hydration, you can mix this to amp up your foundation. So I'm going to be using our matte liquid foundation today. Chris says, I love the nourishing oil. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going to use this. I'm going to do it only on half my face. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit here so we can do this half where we did the under eye corrector. I'm just going to use a baby drop. Okay, just whoop, there we go. Just a baby drop in it. I'm going to use the end of my liquid foundation brush to be a little bit of a scientist. We're going to mix that together, and then we'll just do the matte by itself on the other side. I haven't done this in a really long time, so we're doing this together. When I have, it's a beautiful, just creamy, like semi-matte glow. This may just be the feeling that you're wanting on your skin too, and to not feel dry. So we're just going to kind of put it all over in here. And then, oh, look, it's actually giving this really beautiful, it's not as matte, but it's really settling and making it look like skin. Okay, and that's what I want out of our foundation. Our foundation should match enough that we don't have to go below this area and that it looks like our actual skin. So we will compare this in just a second to the other side without nourishing oil. And we have a fun little deal for you today too where you can get this for a discount with a foundation kit. So we'll be showing that to you in a second. I noticed the way that this spread compared to when I just do my foundation, it went on so much faster. But look how skin-like that looks and how natural that looks. I actually really love that. And I smell really good too. Okay, now we're gonna do it to the other side. And we're just gonna use the mat here and we're just gonna stipple. Okay, and we're noticing like it's gonna take a little bit more blending. Still love our foundation. I use this every day, but it definitely has more of that matte consistency, which is great if we need to control shine and oil. This foundation also comes in a luminous formula that is more hydrating. We also have a CC cream. If you want more of a lighter run out the door coverage, that has a complexion corrector in it. And it has an SPF in it. And then we're going to show you some other powders that we have. Always grab that eyelid. Always take your brush at the end and go down the neck. So we're seeing that this is the matte, and then that is with the nourishing oil. Can you guys see a difference of that? I can immediately. I can see a difference. Okay. So if you're looking for that dewy glow that is very popular right now, that might be a fix. So I'm going to show you 3 different powder options here. We have our Silky Setting Powder. This has a tint to it. It's more of a hydrating, loose powder. We also have a translucent powder. This isn't going to necessarily give any extra coverage, but it's going to help set shine. It's extremely finely milled, so it will not leave you looking dry or cakey and really absorbs any just quick shine right away. And then we have a pressed powder right here, where you could throw it into a compact or into your purse. This is going to be the best for the most mattifying look right here, or quick out the door. So what I'm going to use today, for time's sake, I'm going to come in here with the pressed, and I'm going to literally press it into my skin. You'll notice when I'm doing powders a lot of the time, I'm pushing in versus a lot of buffing. That's going to allow us to really get the product there instead of coming off. Buffing is going to blend. Right now, we're just wanting to get the product in there. And even though we have some of this shine, we're going to see how this natural nourishing oil really comes out and showing in the difference. Also, it just feels really smooth. Okay, and we're going to just put that all over. Perfect. So foundation done. Let's just kind of recap a little bit of what we used there, but let's set it. We have to do like the commercial, right? Set it and forget it with our finishing spray. So we're just gonna want that to stay on all day. Put that on, really refreshing, helps mattify, helps keep it on. So we did our foundation primer. We did our under eye corrector and or concealer. We mixed in some nourishing oil on this side, which even with my powder, you still see that beautiful glow where this side is flatter. Do you still notice that even with the powder addition? And then we did our have to have liquid foundation brush to make that flawless coverage finish. And then we chose today, the powder of choice was our pressed powder, but you can choose any powder you want. And then we finished with the finishing spray. I also used, which I love, can't live without, is our all over powder brush. This has so many uses between powder and blending and even going into our contour section. So I want to show you this special really quick just on our foundation options. So that way it's fresh of mind and you can make notes of some of the really fun deals that we've made for you today. And I want to see in the comments, I want you to blow up the comments. What was your favorite piece you just saw or you would be excited to try? So our foundation kit special today is everything I just showed you. That primer, the under eye corrector, a foundation of your choice, the brush, and your choice of powder for $75. So that's a $20 savings. That's getting your foundation primer for free with that. And then You can add any item in the little glam bar down here for 20% off. So I'm going to zoom in on that. You could get a concealer, a CC cream, a translucent powder, the nourishing oil. That would be a great deal. Pressed powder, the finishing spray, or any of those other brushes that we were talking about. So this will be sent to you in a photo when we're done, so don't worry. But go ahead and comment like, ooh, which is something that you love or that you're excited to try. So, and we can also foundation match you as well, which is really cool. Okay, so now that we have, I love the nourishing oil, something I want to try. Yes, the under eye corrector, I don't usually use it. New thought on how to use it. The under eye corrector, I'm telling you, okay, it's just a huge difference. So before we go on to our brows, which I need some brows, you guys, I'm naturally blonde. I've been dyeing my hair since I'm 17. We got to put some brows on the face. But before we go into brows, we're going to do our first 2 tips for how to make a special first impression. Okay. So Melissa is going to be honing in on those tips and sharing with us today. So let's hear those first 2 tips.
Okay, you guys, are you ready? So they say a first impression happens in just 7 seconds. So before you even speak, people notice your presence, your energy, and your confidence. And how you feel about yourself plays a huge role in how you interact with others. So I'm going to share 5 powerful ways to make an unforgettable first impression. So I'm starting with the first 2. The first one is confidence with grace. Confidence isn't just how you feel, it's how you carry yourself. It's good posture, shoulders back, head high, immediately is going to make you feel more confident. You want to have eye contact and smile. It makes you more approachable. Speaking clearly with assurance, even if you are nervous, and slow down your own words. It just reminded me that of myself, you guys. So, I want to give you an example. Imagine you're walking into a job interview. Do you shuffle in, looking at the ground, adjusting your outfit nervously, or do you walk in with a smile, looking poised and put together? That difference in energy changes how people perceive you. So here's a beauty boost. Even something as simple as wearing a foundation, that's going to make your skin glow, or adding a bold lip, that's going to boost your confidence and make you feel ready to take on the world. Tip number 2, that is warmth and charisma. People remember how you make them feel. A genuine smile and engaged listening makes others feel comfortable. Using body language cues, a slight head tilt shows engagement. Nodding subtly makes others feel heard. Open posture, not crossed arms, and invites connections. Okay, so you're in a meeting with a new friend for coffee. One woman greets you with a friendly, warm smile and leans in when you talk to her. The other seems distracted and is looking at her phone. Who do you want to be friends with? So the beauty boost here is a healthy, glowing skin makes you feel fresh and approachable. A simple skincare routine with hydration and SPF can really make your skin look naturally radiant, making you feel even more confident.
Ooh, I love those tips. That's awesome. And I love to mix that beauty boost in it and just even the gestures. And you guys, isn't that wild that people can like judge us in 7 seconds? It's nuts, but it is what it is. So it's great to know for a job interview, friend, and all that stuff. So we're going to go into brows. We have new brow kits. I'm so excited. I want to show you the colors first and see what color you think that you would be in. And then I'm going to jump into to show you how to use them. So the 3 shades that we have, first of all, people have been asking for these for a very long time. And the chip brow kits. We're like, well, we can kind of customize and make you one, but now we have one, but they're limited edition. So once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. So we first have, this is what they look like. They open up. They're going to have, I'll show you more of the tools, but they have a double angled brush and they have a spoolie. And then they have 3 colors here. And so with these colors here, they're going to be a pomade, they're going to be a powder, and they're going to be a highlighter. This is in the shade blonde right here. Okay, so let me put this up. Whoop, I'm dropping the tools, but I wanted to get it up as close as possible. So if you think you're a blonde gal, this is a pretty ashy blonde. So this is going to be great if you're pretty platinum / more on the gray end with hair or really fair tones. So that's our blonde. Then we have brunette. That is the one that I'm going to be using today. It's pretty warm browns in this brunette option here. Again, this is the pomade, this is the powder, this is the highlighter. So that's a really nice warmth in the brunette. And then we have the dark brunette, okay? And let me just compare these brunette and dark brunette for you really quick, just so you can see the warmth compared to this is a much cooler tone for those deeper tones, okay? So do you think that you are a blonde, a brunette? Let's see if I can get them all up here. I don't know if I can hold them all at the same time. Let's see. Okay, Chris is a blonde. All right. Do we have who thinks they're brunette or dark brunette? So those all three colors right there. Brunette's in the middle. So those are your options. Blonde for me, Mindy says, love it. Okay. And you can really mix and match. If you feel like you had to get two to kind of mix some colors, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so we're gonna go into using this. Now I have a little trick, you guys, and I'm gonna show it with one eye and one with not. Angela wants dark brunette, perfect. I actually wanna play with dark brunette for me. I think I could pull that off, but I'm just trying to be a little bit more soft with my brows. So we have a clear brow gel that I scoured my house for today and cannot find. And we also have volumizing brow tints. And I've been loving throwing on the brow tint before I go into the brow kit, just to volumize those hairs and not have to use as much of the brow kit. But I'm going to show you side by side, one with it and one without it. So this side here, look at this, just even the difference of just using some brow tint, how it's going to grab the hairs. I'm using this in shade brunette. This comes in blonde, dark blonde, brunette, and dark brunette. Just so you know, when you're kind of choosing blonde, typically in our lines, whether they're pencils, their tints are going to be more of an ashy, cooler tone. When it says dark blonde, those are typically warmer tones. Our brunette, it's the opposite with this, warmer tones. And then the dark brunette is a cooler tone. So just so that way it kind of helps. So look, this is just already grabbing and already gave me a brow. Like we're already seeing a difference. You guys, our brows shape our entire face and they frame our eyes. This is the frame for your eyes. So when you say, I don't really do my brows, they're not really important. We can do them to some degree because they're going to actually make your eyes stand out even more. So we're going to let that settle for just a second. That's just using some brow tint. You could use a brow gel. And then we're going to go in here and I'm going to do this eye without this so we can compare. And what you're going to want to do is dip into the pomade first. This is going to help your powder to stick in those areas, especially in areas where you might not have any hairs. That's why you would love a brow kit if you're like, but I just don't even have the hairs. This is going to let it stick. So we're just going to do, I do one little couple strokes into our pomade here, where we want the placement of our brows. If we go straight up, let me just use a little thing here. We're going to use the corner of our nose as our guide. And if we go straight up, that's where we want our brow to start. Okay, that's your starting point. So we're shaping this around your face shape. Everybody's nose, everybody's stuff is different. Then we're going to use this and we're going to go over the iris of our eye. That's where you want your arch right there. Okay, that's about where you want your arch. And then where we want it to end, looking at the outer corner to that inner corner of your nose, that's where we want it to end. So you notice that I need to draw the end of my brow in a little bit more to be in that area to fully frame my eye. Now, before I dip in with this pomade, we have this little spoolie brush that comes in the brow kits, and then you could go through and brush them out a little bit and get them into place. I have a mirror right here so I can see a little bit closer. So we already went in with our pomade, a couple little strokes here. And I'm going to start, I like to start underneath. So I'm starting right about where it should start. And I'm creating this stronger base. So boom, that's already like just our pomade and it's so smooth. I'm going to swap it over to the other side and I'm going to go in with that powder. And I'm actually, what I'm doing is I'm going over it, but pushing up into my brow of that excess. So that way it's not too dark. Every time I did a thing, I went up. I went into it to grab and up. So we've kind of created that base. Now I'm going to go back into pomade. Let's kind of create the arch area that we want right in here. So I'm really helping the pomade to be my precision, to be my shape. Okay, so I'm going to start about, look at this, a third of the way in, because I don't want it too blocky in the front of my face. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to do this little arch here. So really watching yourself, watch how you move with it, okay, to get it to give you an arch so it's not maybe triangular, really watching your shapes. And then I'm going to switch over and I'm going to come and just lightly fill in the inside here with that powder, grabbing over, okay. And look at this brow starting to form. We can just fill it in a little bit. And then I'm going to go back into the pomade just a teeny bit, and I'm going to do little strokes going up. You would want to follow where your brows go. Some people's brows go at an angle. They kind of curve. Some go straight up. Mine happen to grow straight up. Go in the angle that yours are going of little hairs following those flicks. And then I'm going to switch it over and I'm just going to barely just kind of go up here just to kind of fill it in. I'm going to come back with my spoolie brush here and I'm just going to come through and I'm just going to brush it out and blend it all together just to soften it up a bit. And then we're going to come in with a powder brush and we're going to use this highlighter. I'm going to get into this edge right here. And we're going to just go right underneath it to lighten it, clean it up a little bit. And look at that. Look how easy that is, just to fill in that brow and have a great brow. So we're going to come back to this one that has a little bit of that tint on it. See if we notice a difference. You can just kind of watch this. And so I'm going to just come in here again. We are just grabbing that bottom, creating a strong base, making sure our flick is where we need it to be. And then just for the purposes, I'm just going to finish with my pomade right here and go above. So we're really creating this frame, okay, of where we want this to be. So it's okay. So look at how that just kind of did that. We're just going to smooth it out. I love it because the pomade moves. Did you see how creamy? It just kind of moves and then it sets and it doesn't budge. And then we're going to come over and we're going to set it with this powder. And I'm just barely having to go through because I already have the tint on there. And what I like about the tint for me, if you have really light brows, I like the texture so it doesn't look like it's just colored in. Like you can, when you're up close, I'll get close, you can see the hairs, that it still looks natural and it's pulling your actual hairs out and not just, you know, completely just colored in. So we're going to do that. We're going to still take our spoolie. We're just going to come in, blend it together. So you can see the texture of all my hairs there, where this one kind of blends in, if you guys can kind of see that. I know it's on camera, but there's the difference right there. So we have some brows. We're going to come in with our highlight, put it right underneath in here. I like to just focus really underneath that arch area. Boom, like that. Super, super simple. And then we can just put our little tools in here and you're going to see how I double dip into these to do also your eyes. Actually, am I going to do my eyes right now? Let me just do my eyes really quick. I was going to show you with the contour color that we're going to do. And we're going to only use the contour and the brow products just to do some quick stuff with our eyes. So we're going to be using this contour kit in a second. I'm going to go into this latte right here. I'm going to use my little blending brush. And I'm just going to use this as my crease. We're going to show you the quickest eye tutorial ever, just so we have our eyes done. Just creating a little bit of a crease here. And then we're going to use our new highlighter for our lid. So if you are just a minimalist, you don't want a ton of things, you want your products to be able to be used for multiple things here, this is how we're going to do it. We already have our highlight color up here from our brow kit. You got to have the blending brush. It's just going to help you get a really quick look here. That just instantly kind of gave us a little bit of crease and color. I'm going to use my angle brush to take some of that latte underneath like this. Boom, just give us a little depth underneath in here. Okay, and then we're just gonna take our flat brush, our all over brush like this. We're gonna dip into our new highlight color. So pretty, just a little pop of glow. And we're just gonna put that on the lid right there. Look how pretty that is. All over the lid. Boom. We're gonna put on this one. So easy. Then we're gonna dip, why not, back into our brow kit. And let's take some of this highlighter, the light color. I'm gonna get it on the edge of that brush right there. And we're just gonna pop it into here to just brighten up that eye area as well. Right in there. So I look in seconds. And then we're gonna add our Great Heights Mary Kay mascara. I know I have false lashes on top, but this new mascara with 3 coats, get your lashes 75% longer. It's got this beautiful curvature precise brush that is gonna grab, not clump, which again, for me, really focusing, because I use this on my bottom lashes, is great because we don't want it to look clumpy under there. I will show some pictures later of before and afters on the whole eye, but this is, we're just gonna come in here. It is got panthenol in it, which is vitamin B5, which really helps to condition the lashes so they aren't chunky and they don't leave, flakes. So we're just coming in here and oh my goodness, I can't wait till you guys see the contour, because you all should take a screenshot. It's okay. You can take a screenshot when I pull back in a second and just really see the difference of what some stinking contour is going to do for our face and liven us up. Since I'm so fair, you're going to really see the difference there. But look at that really easy eye look, brow look in seconds with just using the products that we have. So let's talk about a brow special and then get our next 3 tips for making a first impression. So our brow thing today, and I want you to put in the comments what your favorite item was or your favorite tip with the brows or the eyes are, but you can get your brow kit. You can get a clear brow gel or a volumizing tint like I did. And then you can get with those 2 items, you can get your Great Heights mascara 50% off. I actually threw in an extra $1 because I hated that it was 51. So I just said, I want you to save an even 10. Okay. So it's an extra $1 than half off of your mascara. So you would get your entire kit for that for only 50 today. If that is something that is exciting for you to have your whole little set for that. So remember, put in the comments, what was your favorite thing that you learned? And then we're going to turn it over to Melissa for a second so she can give us our next 3 tips, and then we'll go into contour.
Yes, yay, so excited. These are our last 3 tips. So number 3 is thoughtful communication. Being engaging is more than just making small talk. It's about creating a connection. So you want to ask open-ended questions instead of simple yes or no ones. Give a genuine compliment. Really helps people feel seen and appreciated. So for example, if you're making new friends, instead of asking, where are you from? Try, what's something fun you've done lately? At a job interview, instead of just answering questions, show curiosity. If they ask about your skill, respond with, I love working in this field because I enjoy working with people. What do you love about your company? So I love this beauty boost because it so ties into that. What we just did, well-groomed brows and a soft, natural blush really help highlight your expressions while making you appear more warm and inviting. Number 4 is dressing with intention. Your outfit sets the tone for your confidence. When you feel put together, you naturally carry yourself differently. Have you ever gone to the store and just hoped, or gone anywhere and hoped, I do not run into anyone today? So it's not about being overly fancy. It's about just choosing thoughtful and polished pieces that make you feel amazing. So that way, when you are out and about, you actually feel excited. Okay, if I did run into someone, I would feel good about saying hi to them. So The beauty boost for this one is healthy glowing skin really gives you effortless confidence, which skincare is truly the foundation of every great look. And I want you to try this. Before you leave the house, do a mirror check. Does your outfit make you feel confident, comfortable, and ready to engage? If not, make a small change and see how it shifts your mood. Our last tip, number 5, is a subtle follow-up for connection. So remember, a great first impression doesn't just stop at the first meeting. If you hit it off with someone, don't be afraid to follow up. So for new friends, it was so fun meeting you. Let's grab coffee soon. For interviews, I really enjoyed our conversation today and would love to stay in touch. Example, have you ever met someone who seemed great, but then they disappeared? A simple follow-up message make a huge difference in solidifying this connection. So if you're meeting with someone for coffee or for a second interview, even just a little concealer, a fresh glow, and brow shape just make you feel polished and confident. And it really radiates out to other people. So I hope you liked those 5 tips.
I love it. That's awesome. I love the follow-up too, right? We're always like, should I be the first one? Like, just do it. Okay. So I just wanted to show you before we go into contour, those before and afters of the mascara, of our new Great Heights mascara. So this is on one side and none in both eyes. It's just so beautiful, natural. We have another photo here. Look how great that is of that length that you're getting with this mascara. We have one more. It's just so beautiful. And then that before and after as well. So you got to change your mascara, you guys, every 3 months. It harbors bacteria. So better get it out and replace it. And we have some deals where you can also get it. Might as well get it for a year, just get it all ready. So if you need to, just to compare, you can take a screenshot of my face right now without any contour, because our face is about to completely transform with it being all one shade. When people are like, I don't do blush, I don't have time for contour, you are about to see such a change in the glow up of the face. Okay. So we did have some new bronzers come out, but we're going to be focusing on our contour line that we already have, just because the company is just tweaking a couple things of how they're sending it out. So we wanted to make sure that you're able to get your hands on whatever we show today. So there are some new beautiful, warm, shimmery bronzers coming out. Just put that as a note in your brain to connect with your consultant when they're able to get to us. But in the meantime, we have amazing contour products. Let's talk about the difference. If you're ever choosing something that says contour, those are going to be cooler undertones. That's going to sculpt your face more precisely. If we're looking at bronzers, those are going to be warmer, maybe shimmery undertones. Those are just going to give an overall glow to your face. So going into our contour palette, this is one we're actually giving away today. You'll get a brand new one, not mine, but this is what it would look like. You get to choose your blush color. You get to choose your contour color. This is Latte, the color I will be using today. This comes in 2 shades. So let me show you the darker shade. We have Cocoa right here in this corner. These are all of our blushes. Aren't they beautiful? But this would be the Cocoa shade that you can use there instead. So Latte or Cocoa. And we're going to come in here to use our angle brush. Okay. Let me just read this. Thank you for eyebrow tips. I don't put anything on mine, but let me see. I never really learned how. I'm an eyeshadow girly. And if you are an eyeshadow girly, we've got to complement and make that eyeshadow pop with those brows. I'm so excited for you to do them both together now. So this angle brush, we're going to dip in here like this, and we're going to get our contour right in that part. So where do we put the contour first here? Well, if you want to feel, you have a bone right here, right about where your ear comes to your face of stopping right about there. You feel that bone? That's your cheekbone. So now we know where that is. We're going to make a fish face. Ready? Okay. That is the angle that we're wanting to follow with our contour to your face shape. If we go straight across, it's kind of funny. If we go too far down, it's going to bring our face down. So that's going to help us with angle. The arch of our brow is going to show us how far do we want to come in with our contour. So I'm not wanting to go further than this into my cheek, or I'm going to make my face look kind of funny. So holding it here, going right under that cheekbone, that I'm going to blend this in, but that's about where I want my contour to start showing up. and then we're going to blend out. So if you notice, I'm starting here and I'm pushing back. The reason for that is I'm controlling it to not have the powder go into this area of my face, but go back up into my hairline. You could slightly come over here and curve it into around your brow a little bit, depending on how much space you have. And then I'm just coming in and patting that out. And I'm going to start with one side of the face. You can really see the difference here. So we're already getting some bone structure in there. Then everybody's forehead is a little bit different of where your hairline is. Sometimes you're going to have a widow's peak. Sometimes we're going to have parts that go back in the corners here. Sometimes we're going to have shorter. I'm really short between my brow and my hairline. So we want to watch those areas. What you want to know is with your contour, wherever you put it, it's going to close areas and make them look smaller. So this goes great into Chris Shippey's question is, what if you have a really long face? Do you still recommend contouring? Yes. If you have a really long face, we want to put probably more in your forehead area. That's going to help. If you have a long face, maybe you might have a larger forehead too. That's going to help condense your forehead and to change that. It's also going to help give you structure. So it's not focusing on the length, it's focusing on your bone structure. So we're going to shove this right into the hairline. You would move around depending on how your hairline sits though. So we can always help you customize that. I want to get it right into the hairline. I don't want any of my skin showing between my hair and this. We want that flawless into there. So I'm pushing it back. I'm doing these little circular motions and pushing it right back in so it blends. I'm going to avoid this area for me right here because that would close that down. That would make that look smaller. I don't want to. Then I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to go towards the back of my brush because now I'm not going to have as much pressure. If I'm closer to the brush, much more pressure strength. At the end of the brush, much less pressure. So here, we're just going to swipe on the jawline. And this is going to help with any kind of double chin, really bringing just the colors together. And then as I get it there, we're just going to do little flicks just to blend. But we don't want to, undo all the foundation matching we just did. So we're just going to blend right in there. And that's going to give that more snatched jaw look. Do you see that already of how it just does that to just suck it in a little bit? I'm going to show you some areas in the nose and in the lips too that we can do. But really quick before we do that, do we already see a difference of warmth, shape versus flat? Just foundation. It's bringing life to the skin, okay? So for the nose, we're going to flip this brush and we're going to go and we're going to get it to the edge. You don't have to do your nose. I'm just going to show you how to do your nose if you want to just bring it in a little bit. I go here, right here to the edge, right there on the bridge, not the top, not the side, the curvature of that edge right there. I'm going right to where the brow should be starting, right to the end. Again, everybody's nose shape is a little bit different, but that's about where you want it. I'm doing it very gently. We're going to come to this side too, just a nice little thing like that. So we're just kind of snatching up the nose a little bit, just a little bit of plastic surgery. If you wanted it, you don't have to. Your nose might be perfect. If you feel like you have a really tiny nose, you might concentrate your bronzer on the bridge of your nose. That's going to help widen it. Now, see how that just made my nose look long? I don't want it to look long. So again, going back to Chris's question, then if we can kind of want to make sure that we then use the contour in our chin area and our forehead area, because that's going to help shorten the length of it. Watch this. When I just cut this bottom part off with some bronzer and I do this bottom section here, it immediately doesn't make it look as long anymore. It immediately just kind of brings it up and doesn't make your eye look like it keeps wanting to just go down in that area. I'm also going to do a little bit on the edge right here, and I'm going to focus in this bottom part where you get that little dip under your lip. We're just going to do a little bit right in there into the lip. See, just a little smudge. And that's going to make our lip look a little bit poutier. It's going to pull it down to make it look a little bit bigger. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how we'll put highlight on top. Contour is going to create depth. Highlight's going to lift things up to make them look higher. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to do blush. I'm going to do full side here so that way we can really see the difference of full blush and contour. I'm using our Shy blush today. And if you need help choosing your blush color, we can even go over a quick quiz with you of your season, if you're a winter, if you're a spring and autumn, and figure out what blush color would be best for you. We're gonna do our blush right above our contour. So our contour was here. We're gonna smile, apple of the cheek, still using the arch of the brow where we're gonna start, and we're gonna push it back into our cheek right above in that area. Okay, and we're just gonna go in. We're still gonna leave enough area right in here under the eye. We don't wanna get too close under the eye. We wanna keep it light and bright under there for our highlighter. And again, you notice I'm just pressing in. I'm not rubbing, I'm controlling where I'm going and just pressing in the product. And if I need more, I can dip and press more. Now, if I did too much and I needed to blend it out, or if it was streaky, we could come in with an all over brush and just kind of push it together and soften it a little bit. But this has to be clean. It can't have a bunch of powders and different colors on it or we create mud. Okay, so you can do that just to soften it out a little bit right there. So now we have some beautiful just coloring to our skin. I'm gonna add a little bit, just a teeny bit more since I just showed you to blend it out. Okay, and then we're gonna do our highlight real quick. So we're gonna, again, this 3-in-1 blush. So we focus the blush on this top part, we focus the contour in the bottom part, highlight or precision we're gonna do on this top area right here. So we're gonna dip in to our new Golden Glow highlighter. I am telling you, look at this beauty. This is some serious highlight, okay? She is illuminating. I love it. That's what we used on the lid today. You could use this. Could also use a blending brush if you want to just be able to have a little bit more control. Watch this. Look how gorgeous. Just a little bit goes. I'm just focusing right on the edge of where we put that blush, a little bit around right towards my eyebrow, and like a little half C motion right there. And that's just going to lift and give that little extra luminescent-y glow. We could just do a little bit on the edge of the nose right in there just to bring that together. And we could take a little bit above the Cupid's bow, just kind of go back and forth. And that's going to lift our lips once we have our lipstick on. So see how that is just going to lift, and then that contour is going to bring down. Now this one is so shimmery. I don't know if I necessarily want it on the center of my forehead, but you definitely could put a little bit in this area if you wanted to. For me, I'm just kind of focusing on these areas. I could even do a little bit under my maybe brow arch if I wanted to give a glow in there. For me, I'm probably going to stay because I tend to get a little shiny in that area for me. Okay, so contour, no contour. Do we see a difference? Do we need a little bit of color in our skin? I went to town a little bit with blush, but there we go. Gives us some life, right? So I'll just go in real quick and do this other side. We're just going to show you how fast we can do it. We're just going to get that contour in, pressing it into the skin. And I love that you can customize these magnetic palettes. Makes your life so easy. So that way you can switch out as you want, maybe a winter blush versus, you know, a spring blush. It would be a very easy switch out with that. And then you could even do a little highlight here. You could do a pressed powder here. There's so many things that you could do to switch that around. So it really doesn't take long. When you get used to it, because you can't really mess it up, contour's already on, okay? Then we're gonna just add that blush real quick, getting it into the cheekbone, just matching right there, pressing it in. Okay, we'll do a little quick blend. And then we're gonna come in with our little brush right here and do a little bit of highlight just right over in that area. So we have that little bit of that glow. Boom. Okay. You just put a little bit more right in there as you look. My lighting is coming in from all different windows there. So we have that. Okay. How long is your whole makeup routine? Do you do this daily? I do contour daily. So I can get my whole makeup done if I'm not talking to you guys in 20 minutes, sometimes less. So it just depends, but you'll get really fast at it. For me, I just always do some sort of contour because I'm so pale. It just feels weird not to. I would at least minimum do blush if I were you. Brows, I mean, It shouldn't take too long either once you get used to it. I'm going to come in here really quick just to show you some lips. Let's finish it with some lips. This is our beige nude waterproof lip liner. I'm focusing my lip liner just in this area right here. I saw something that if you bring it to the edges, which you can if you're looking for that, that it doesn't make your lips look as pouty. So if you want them to be poutier, focus on the curvature here and here. Okay, like that. And then I just take my finger, blend out a little bit, but I'm not going to the edges because that brings them out like this, where this plumps them up a little bit. We're just using the Younique Mauve Gloss. Really easy, yummy finish. Great color on anyone. And that's a really simple out the door look. Okay, let's see where we're at. We were going to do a video, but I totally forgot. So we'll do that right now. And we're going to have you also, I'm going to do the contour specials and then a thing that you can text so we can get you in for the prizes. Okay. So let's see here. We are going to show you the last special. Let me get to that real fast. Our contour kit special. And you can get the exact contour kit that we had. So you can get your palette, your highlighter, your blush of choice, your contour of choice, and your brush to apply it with for $67. That's going to save you $17. That is going to get you an entirely free blush or contour plus basically half off another one. I mean, that's like a killer deal right there. Okay. So that's super fun for your contour kit. So you can customize that with your beauty consultant. And then we're going to give away some fun stuff. So let me show you, because I want you to start texting me so you can get the link, and then we'll play a video while we wait for you guys to fill it out and get it in. Okay, so let's see here. Sorry, my thing is all turned around. You're just going to text me the word prize to 619. Let's make sure this gets out of the way. Let me make this big for you guys. 619-202-8225. This is just going to be if you are a guest only, not consultants, because we are giving away, sorry, this little thing keeps moving around. And I don't want this so you can see what you're looking at here. 619-202-8225. Just text the word prize, no emojis, not your name, nothing else than the word prize, or it won't work. Okay. It's just going to send you a quick link with our survey to make sure that you get into our raffle wheel for your free brow kit and your free contour kit. So go ahead and do that. We'll also put it in the chat in case you missed the words. Give it about a minute, okay? A minute to send you the link. So if it doesn't happen right away, it's not supposed to. It'll come in about a minute. So that's why we'll just show a quick video, a little bit about our beautiful Mary Kay opportunity. So I'm going to take that down, and Melissa, if you in the background could just type that in the chat, that would be super, super helpful. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up here. Let me just get this ready.
I had
really quick. Sorry, let's see.
I had people in my life.
All right, we have it ready. All right, go ahead and fill that out. Text us. We'll watch this, and then we will see who our winner is.
Who thought I lost my mind for not going to college. I was a very typical straight A honor student. The logical next step would have been for me to go to college. So people were shocked that I didn't. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand your dream, the self-confidence and the grit that you learn in building a business, you can trust yourself to make the best choice for yourself. My name is Sarah King, and my Mary Kay just fits. I grew up in Valparaiso, Indiana, about an hour outside of Chicago. I decided to start Mary Kay because I was really looking for something where I could have a lot of freedom and flexibility, and I knew I wanted something where I could also work remote. So I work my Mary Kay business exclusively online. And I am so excited to talk to you guys today about one of our most famous and beloved products. It is the Mary Kay Microdermabrasion Set. I'm a homebody, but I also love to have fun, and I like to go on adventures and travel. I wanted that flexibility to determine what every day was gonna look like, and some days it's full glam and some days it's, you know, comfy leggings, and I love that about my business. I think a common misconception that people have about Mary Kay is that you have to be the glam girl influencer to work online. And let me tell you, that could not be further from the truth. I can be chatty and I love getting to meet new people, but also my idea of a good time is a quiet corner with a book. I love that this allows me to still be myself and I don't have to be glam every day. And I think honestly, working virtually gives me the opportunity to be all natural and maybe just have skincare for the day, because who's seeing me, right? I live in a semi-rural area and there's people, but not like a ton of people, you know? And so I love that I can connect with people all over the United States. I have customers in Alaska and I have customers in the South. It doesn't matter where you are, you and I are still connecting really just the same as I would as somebody that lived down the street from me. One of my recent team members actually found me on my Mary Kay personal website, which was so cool. We're going to go over to Evelyn Elliott and she's gonna share some good news from the week. So thank you to all of you who shared the things that were going on in your businesses. We set up a Zoom call. I got to know her. She got to know me. We tried some products virtually. And at the end, she said, "This is great. I want to give it a try." I so believe that your 20s, although they're the time to be young and fun, it's also the time to build. Whatever season of life you're in, whether you're young like me, or you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're a high-powered career woman looking for something different and fun to try, with Mary Kay, it just fits.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys, I saw you're getting the text over, which you were texting the word prize, which is perfect. And we are gonna, as you—
This is Jen, and this is Jen's story, or at least partly Jen's story.
There we go. I just texted out. So you're going to go ahead and fill out that form. We want to make sure we get everyone in it, so that way you each have a chance to win your contour kit or your blush kit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. We'll put some music on too as you finish filling that out. It's just going to go through your name, your beauty consultant. What was your favorite set that you tried today, or that you got to see try today, that you might want to grab to get as a discount with your consultant? Maybe some things you might want to learn about, getting your foundation matched, or doing some skincare tips of things that if you haven't done a skincare session like Melissa was talking about, to get that beautiful base glow, right, for that first impression. So let me go ahead and pull that up just to see where we're at with them coming in. That way we can make sure you have it filled out and who got the link. So we'll put on some stuff for that. And then also, if you want to grab any, I know you're kind of multitasking right now, any questions about our Mary Kay business opportunity, if you had any question at all and you put that in the chat, that would also get you an extra entry into our wheel as well. So that will give away before we pop off too. So that's super fun. So after watching that video, if you had any questions about how a discount works, or extra money, or earning free cars, we're earning our 8th free car right now, which is really exciting. I think it's our 5th pink Cadillac. If you've ever been like, how in the heck does that happen? You can pop those questions into the chat. So far, let me see who we have that has text. Okay, I got for sure Connie. I got 2 more, a 310 number, a 626 number. So we'll have 3 coming in to win it. You guys have some high chances there. So if you didn't get a chance, I'll go ahead and share it before I turn on some music to give you guys a couple seconds. Is there a monthly cost to have a website or to be a consultant? So that's a great question, Mindy. Love that question. Let me go ahead and actually show you. There are no monthly costs as far as like monthly fees or anything. It's actually included in your initial startup cost to be a beauty consultant. So I'll share my screen as you guys are filling out your forms there and just explain that really fast. And we'll make sure, Mindy, you get into your entry in there. So look at this. This is those starter kits. So if somebody decided, hey, I want to start a Mary Kay business, we have 2 options. One option is $125, and that is going to give you over $400 worth of full size product. That's going to give you our most popular miracle set, 2 formulas, our 5cc cream, tinted moisturizers, eye makeup remover, mascara, charcoal mask, microdermabrasion. Well, that kit includes a website for an entire year and the ability to process credit cards for your customers for an entire year, plus all of those amazing products, the bag, the samples. There's also a $35 option. So you're not going to get all the products, but it includes those e-tools. It's going to include your website. It's going to include the ability to process credit cards for your customers. And so when you have to renew these things, they're really inexpensive. They're $20 to $30 for the entire year once you're done, and you get to choose when you renew it. So that's what that would look like, but it would be included in your startup for your very first year to get going in business. Great question.